It's
Six
on.
Prison Story family, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to part 3 with my homeboy Blue, man. This one of my fun
Hey,
I did right here. I appreciate you, cousin. And listen, we're gonna send a shout out to Sid Mack first, right? Because he
Eddie
didn't want to
Mac,
even
what happened?
Sid Mack, you don't want to even put us together, man. Even though we've been talking, you the spark to put this interview together. So we appreciate you, fam. Real talk.
Shit,
That's
hey, I
what's up.
got some stories with Eddie Mac too, man. Shit. I
I
got some,
know.
and that was back in high school. Shit.
Hey, you told me he beat up a 60 in high school,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, he did. Yeah, he
Man,
did.
he
Yeah, he
did
did.
that, yeah. I
And
ain't
you
gonna
know
lie.
what? A lot of people don't understand why I didn't assist Cuz that day. It's because the day before that nigga tried to like infuriate, I guess if that's the word, himself over me. He was just like, yeah, oh, you insane. I'm 6'0 and you up under me. And I'm like, nah, nigga, I ain't up under nobody, man. Don't nobody run me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just so happened that next day, Sadie Mac, he came to what y'all call ISS, we called OCP. So we was all in there, and I heard Spook say, hey, what's up? No disrespect to any Bloods out there, just quote unquote. But he said, what's up, snooping? And then it went on from there. And I seen Sadie Mac get on his ass, and I was going to assist, and I thought about it. I said, nah, let me let this nigga stand on his own 2 feet. But what I won't do is allow this nigga to get jumped. Because he had another blood homeboy in there, and I'm watching him. You know what I mean? I was like, hey, you don't move, I don't move. So they let him get their paper, and Sadie Mac got the best of him. You know what I'm saying? After that, homie, he ain't even fuck with the Crips no more. He just did his own thing. It is what it is, though. Shit.
Shout out Sadie Mac. He made him
But
stop
see me,
banging.
Sadie Mac stayed in the same neighborhood. They see him all the time.
That's what's up. That's what he said. You was a stiff cat. You know what? He contacted me and said, "Man, you do that with Blue, it's gonna be your best interview. I just want to see it, man." He told me we was
Yeah.
damn near enemies. He said, "Man, we was damn near enemies all our life, but Blue one of the realest motherfuckers I know." So that's how
Hey,
I got.
pass through them every day because we stayed in the same neighborhood. We stayed in the
That's what.
same neighborhood.
That's
And it
what's
was
up.
only 2. Okay, the neighborhood I was raised in Killeen, Marlboro, at one point in time was all Crips. When JJ, Fat, Tweety, and Joey moved there, they turned the whole city red. So the whole city, well, they had a lot of the original OG Crip niggas, but then the rest of the whole fucking neighborhood turned red. It was me and one other IGC nigga in that neighborhood. And man, hey, we ain't going nowhere. But they ran a nigga off down the street from me. He stayed on the corner. He was Hoover. They ran, his whole family picked the house up and moved. They said, man, we can't do this. I'm talking about they was fucking his house up every day. Then they was riding, I remember. I was like, yeah, but they ain't never fucked with me like that. It's a lot of them that want to get at me, but it's like, man, he been here, man. It's just, y'all can't fuck with him, man. See, he ain't going nowhere. Ain't shit. Ain't. And it wouldn't have been me I had to worry about. It would have been my family I had to worry about. Because they get involved, then, hey, it's no longer in my hands.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Hey, when we was young, when somebody mama would move them into the wrong neighborhood, it was bad. You know what I'm saying? They mama, it was bad. Yeah, they would either get their ass whooped every single day or they flip. You know what I'm saying? Get their ass whooped so many times, they flip. That was a crazy part.
They catch his ass slipping every chance they get. Beat him up, beat him up, beat him up. But they would never fuck with me. Never fuck with me.
That's
But like I
crazy.
say, I've been in that neighborhood, shit, in Pampers before a lot of them niggas was even born and shit. So they already know. They're like, okay, yeah, he been here. Yeah, I've been here.
Right,
I mean, when all this shit is, there wasn't even no houses over here, shit.
Yeah, I want to go in a little bit because this is the thing they want to know now. Listen, they want to talk. There's a lot of these prison channels. Check it out. There's a lot of prison channels. They come out of California and shit like that. They always talking about these white gangsters get killed immediately in the prisons and shit like that. Then I interviewed. Hold on, listen. I just interviewed a white Crip that did 8 years mainline, never checked in, never nothing in California. Anything's possible. You know what I'm saying? And everything is different place to place. And when I showed up to Vito 1, you already talked about in part 1 how you came down through the medical and all that shit and got to take that right turn going to the north side. And I did all of that shit too. And listen, when I came up to K-Wing, I was holding my mat. You know what I mean? I seen all y'all looking at me. Everybody was staring at me and shit. And I'm like, damn, nigga, man, they staring hard, staring holes through a motherfucker. You know what I mean? The whole, everybody. So I'm like, okay, well, here it goes. The essay that was coming to the wing with me, he asked me, he said, homie, where you from? I said, I'm from Galveston. He said, cool. When you get in there, come holler at us. I say, no. And he said, what? Look, he say, what? He say, I say, I'm a Crip, homie. It ain't happening. I got my people. And then he just got the worst look on his face ever and said, all right. All right. So listen, they popped the door. And it was not an in and out. I walked in, I was holding my mat. I sat it down right there. Remember that in one of the first cells, there was that dude South Park that was single cell right there. Remember? He had and he played Scrabble all the time. Anyway, I set my shit by South Park. And he was the guy that said, homie, who you running with? You know what I'm saying? I turn around and I don't even know if I should answer him or anything. I say, I'm a Crip, homie, rolling 60. And he say, oh, okay. And that was it. And then when I turned back, the biggest Mexican, even in the damn wing over there, that always sat over on that other side, he stood up and said, what's up, homie? Come holler at us. And I said, hell nah, I'm a Crip. And he got the worst look on his face ever too, man. And just said, all right. And sat his ass down and nobody said shit. And cuz, listen, do you know I didn't even know what an in and out was? I didn't even know what the fucking in and out was. I didn't know. I'm telling the boss, man, listen, I'm telling the law, let me go to my cell, man. He said, you can't go to your fucking cell. You got to wait on the in and out. And I'm thinking, what the fuck? So I'm standing right there, I'm standing there, got my shit. And Zim was sitting by the bars. And right away, he say, hey, homie, say, when you go put your shit up, come back and holler at me. You know what I mean? And I did.
Right, because look, check this out. This is what happened. Somebody came up to you when you was at the bars. I remember when you was standing on the run before you came in the day room. And somebody, I don't know why they called me. They was like, hey, Blue, he one of y'all. So I was like, what you came? He said, rolling 6. And I said, oh, Zim, he one of yours. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I left y'all alone after that shit. And then it was all right, I guess. Shit.
Right. Okay, yeah. Well, when I came up, what the hell was y'all thinking? Was y'all like, no, who the fuck is this dude? Or what was y'all thinking?
First thing we was thinking was like, okay, is he a wood or not? Because we didn't see the grill in your mouth at first. You know what I'm saying? So we're like, okay, he probably one of the more dirty ass woods. He said Wood's probably gonna get at him. But then when we seen the grill in your mouth, we're like, nah, he ain't no wood. He can't be no wood with a grill in his mouth. So I said, he probably gonna end up hollering at one of us, but we'll see what it is when they get in here. So shit, I guess everybody kept questioning you there. I guess you must look like a Mexican back then, shit. You know, that's what threw me off when I seen it.
Man, listen, I get tanned up and they always think I'm a Mexican. And my grandma is. And that's why my grandmother is. So, yeah.
It was like, okay, we're going to see what he about. But then when you came over there and sat with us, you know what I'm saying? We're like, oh, okay, you're a Crip. Okay, cool. Well, where you from? 60, all right, cool. But you already knew DA at the time, though, huh?
Well, see, DA wasn't in the day room, though. He was at, I think it was Field Squad or something at that time. Yeah. He was gone. And that's what Zim say. Look, check it out. This is how confused I was. I wasn't even used to no 5 deuce or nothing, okay? Zim pulled up on me. He say, where you from? I say, I'm from Galveston. He say, oh, okay. He say, well, we got a real homie over here that's from 52nd in Galveston. Yeah. And I'm thinking, but y'all check this out. In Galveston, homie, there's a set that claims 53rd Street, okay? Right. So when he said, we got a homie from 52nd from Galveston, I'm thinking, there's no fucking 52nd in Galveston. Yeah. Man, that's bullshit. I even tell him. Yeah. I told him, man, there's no 52nd in Galveston, cuz what you talking about? And he said, nah, we'll see in a minute. You know what I'm saying? And it took a while, but this is what was so crazy. When I went up into my cell, me and DA was cellies. That's how wild it was. Like, we from the same little city, and we ended up being cellies. You know what I'm saying? So when I go put my stuff up the first time, I put my shit up on the top bunk and I look on the wall and it said Meathead Galveston real big. And Meathead is one of the big homies from 53rd. So now I'm confused like hell. Like, this guy said 52nd. This cell got Meathead from 53rd Street on here. Like, what's going on? Right. I don't know what's going on. So I come back down. And then when I come back down, I sat there and Zim say, man, just watch TV. We waiting on the homie from Galveston. I said, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Watch TV. And that's when DA come back. When DA come back, recognize me instantly. You know what I mean? The last time that I seen him, me and this Mexican cat from Texas City we fought about 10 or 15 dudes in the county by ourselves, got beat up bad. But DA was in that top corner cell and didn't even have time to run down there and help us. It happened as soon as the doors opened. We got it on. I got it laid out. It was over with quick. You know what I'm saying? But the last time he had even seen me, he said, man, the last time I even seen that guy, him and his homie was fighting about 10 or 15 people by themselves. And that was the real truth. So when Zim heard that, Zim was like, damn, he was fighting 10 or 15 people by himself. But I had no choice because I didn't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was no way I picked, I'm going to fight 10 or 15 people. They made us do it, man. So I went out and done it. You know what I'm saying? Right. Well, Zim heard that man, Tim fought 10 or 15 people. And they'll say, yeah, he's cool, man. I had a big brother that was all in the hood selling dope and everything. And when I got there, it was a lot less resistance than I figured. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't nobody tripping, man. Nobody was hateful. Nobody was acting soft. You know what? They told me the same thing. Man, you know, you have to fade a couple homies in the cell and then look at you to see how you react right then. And I said, I'm ready. I said, man, I'm ready right now. And Zim say, nah, homie, you know, you tired. You been on that chain. Need to eat something, man. We ain't trying to be unfair, homie. And I was like, okay, cool. You know, and at that time, I think I had on some brand new shoes or some shit. I can't remember. But when that time actually came, that boy DA took his shoes and he had like some fighting shoes. Cause I went in the cell with his fighting shoes. Remember, I had blood on them and stuff already. You know what I mean? So it was a big deal. And this is how it worked. They told me Southwest came. Remember the West, the homie West from Palestine, I think. West came to the cell and say, next in and out, homie, come down here. We're gonna do it.
He was from Tyler.
Where was he from?
He was from Tyler. He from West Tyler.
Tyler, that's what it was. Yeah. Tyler. Shout out to the homie from Tyler. He might see this too, man. But listen, he came down there and he said, next in and out, homie, it's gonna be me and Blue. And I'm like, damn, it's the two guys that I like the best.
You know what I'm saying?
The two guys I liked the best when I got there, man. He was 6'0", you was RGC. Both of y'all welcomed me. Was no weird shit, bullshit. Made me sit down, talk to me like right away. And then now I gotta go fight the two guys I like. Like, damn, man, this
something. Let me show you something. What had happened is because, you know, it's like all the 60s there, if you remember, them niggas there was like 3 times your size. West was probably the only one that was your size out of all they niggas. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they didn't want to put nobody else with you because they knew they was going to murder you in that cell. And that's just real shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think, you got all the niggas over there with life sentences. All these niggas got time today, ain't finna get ready to go home. And them niggas was gargantuans over there. So they was like, fuck it. He went to S-Con, S-Con, hey, can I use Blue to, he's like, yeah. So S-Con already told me, he said, hey, if Zim call you to do something, just, hey, rock out. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, ain't no problem, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't know it was going to be that. He said, hey, you going to check Tim in, you know what I'm saying? You and West, y'all going to go in there, y'all going to do it on this next in and out. I was like, fuck. I said, all right, cool. I said, damn, homie, him? I said, all right, ain't no problem.
You didn't even know to the in and out? Damn, I didn't know that.
I didn't get it to the last fucking second. Zim just came to me and said, hey, go up there with West and check the dude there. I was like, all right, cool. All right, let's go do this shit. I said, how you want to do it? He said, man, that's on y'all. Do it how y'all want to do it. I like, all right, cool. I asked West, how you want to do it? He said, well, shit, we can do 1-on-1, 2-on-1. How you want to do it? He said, let's just do 2-on-1 and get it over with. I said, all right, cool. So you know,
I was talking about that, cuz that was me too. I was in there. Listen, this is the thinking. Okay, this is the thinking. When at that time I was skinny as hell, man. You know what I'm saying? I was real skinny. I gained a bunch of weight after that, but I was really about like 170, 165, doing pull-ups and push-ups all day, getting ready for that, man, not eating right. So when we go in the cell, I'm scared as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And y'all say straight up.
You shit.
Yeah, well, listen, that's the thing I wanted to tell everybody is nervous when it happens. All 3 of them, you know what I mean? So when we go in, we straight up say, what you want, man, is it going to be 1-on-1 or 2-on-1? And I clearly, listen, I said I don't care because I didn't want to be a hoe. You understand? I didn't want to be like weak or something, but then I'm like, 2-on-1. I think I even said it like, man, 2-on-1 is better because this is the deal. I don't want to fight you. We have a whole damn fight, stop, and then have a whole nother fight with somebody else. Or we can just get it over with, man. Come on, let's get it over with. You know what I'm saying? So get it over with. So listen, we go in there, do that. All I remember saying is, man, I got to get the guy in the back first. That was all I could think of. You know what I'm saying? My first move is try to hit you and worry about West. And that's all I did. And all I remember is getting beat up from behind and getting beat up from the front. How about that? You know what I'm saying? And I was swinging on West, and I think
I down low. Fuck this. I'll take to the body. And then when you turn around and start sticking, I said, hold on. This white boy got a little steam behind him. Hold on.
Yeah.
Shit.
No, I'm fine now. That's what I'm saying. Once you start hitting from the back, I turn back around, and now it's your turn. You know what I'm saying? But cause that shit wasn't no fun. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. It wasn't no fun. And then listen, when we finished that, we sat on the cell, all of us gave each other big hugs, shook hands. We ate a big ass bowl and blew two joints. I blew 2 free world joints and ate that big ass meal, and we was close as hell after that, man. That's how it happens.
I'm like, hey, he all right with me. Shit, I don't care about what nobody else say. He all right with me. Yeah, he got a little steam behind him. He got a little steam behind him. I know if he one-on-one, I think he'll be able to hold his own, for real, to be honest with you.
Ain't no doubt. You know what I'm saying? And hey, one thing about it, I never folded ever in my life neither. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna do it, man. Yeah. Hey, listen, I wanted to ask you about something. I can't remember his name. DA said when I got there was a white guy that was a GD, and he sat on that bench over there where they said, you remember that white dude? I can't remember his name. I know you're talking
about. Face came straight to my I can't remember his name. Because he was a speaker. He had rank in the motherfucking GD, and they respected him. Oh, I can't remember his name.
I had to go back to that video ass DA, but I think he had them their life sentence or something too.
Yeah.
He was
He had a lot of time. All GDs had a lot of time. Matter of fact, and GD and Hoover had got into a ride there too when I was back there on Medium Custody. Behind his little, that was behind his little cat he was out of Killeen too, and I actually knew the dude when he was a baby after he started talking for a while. And he was cellies with Leatherface, and he started getting into it with Leatherface and everything like that. And then finally one day Leatherface beat him up in the day room, and he went from there. So the nigga kept catching violation after violation after violation, doing stupid shit. And finally they just mashed the gas on him, ran him off the unit. And I was like, damn, man. Yeah, that's when that GD Hoover place kind of started up and all that shit like that. It was spread little by little, hitting wing to wing and all that shit. But then it wasn't nothing. It wasn't like that 6-0 Hoover ride. It wasn't like that one though. That one.
Because you remember Big Kilo? Remember Kilo that was on L Wing and then came to K Wing? He was GD. Huh?
He had the grill in his mouth.
Yeah, big as hell. About 6'6", big old dude. Yeah. I seen him and DA got into the coldest argument ever rolling dice one day, man. I thought they was gonna go to war right there. And you know what? Both of them just pulled back and said, fuck it. I was like, what? You know what I mean? Like neither one of them wanted to go fight each other, man. I couldn't believe it. Like, damn, man. Kilo was in there he killed a Houston cop. He was HPD, killed a Houston cop. And that boy had that capital murder shit in there or something, you know. Yeah. It was rough in there. That's what I'm saying, man. Listen, the shit that we're talking about is a real life deal. Cause I went and did a deal where I was rolling back everybody on Beto One, showing all these life sentences and 99s and 50s. And man, it's crazy. Tell these people, what does it feel like to just be sitting in a room with a bunch of dead ass men that they're gonna be dead, but they're still breathing?
It's like one time I was on I-Wing. You know what I'm saying? Me and somebody else was talking about our times, you know what I'm saying? I think I had less time than him. And then there was another cat, I think he was 6'0". He had said, man, all y'all niggas in this little bitty ass time and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't like y'all niggas around me and all that shit. And my mouth got a little flat, and I said, well, next time choose your crime more wisely. You know what I'm saying? I knew what I was doing, and I knew they couldn't give me no more than 20 years selling dope. You know what I'm saying? So, but then I ended up catching that aggravated assault and all that shit like that. My baby mama, but anyway, it's like, and I ain't even tell you this story though. Matter of fact, it might have been my second day there. I was watching TV in K-Wayne, that front TV, and that's for closed custody, and Seg was there still, and they was bringing Seg in the hallway. And I remember it was an essay. So at the time, you know, when Seg in the hallway, you got to turn around, catch the wall. Procedure is you're supposed to go to the nearest wing. They're supposed to lock you in there until Seg walk through, then bring you back out. But they was doing some lazy shit. And so then I'm looking out the window, and I see the essay coming from the infirmary and everything. And it was an essay across the hall by I-Wing, and he come off the wall, started stabbing dude. And when he started stabbing dude, both the guards, you know, they're supposed to help him. They took off running 2 females. And then from there, dude was in shackles and he was stabbing. Like I said, that was like my first 2 days in Vito, and that's when I went to my cell and prayed. Lord, I got 5 more years. Please let me make it. Because I already see that, hey, just because I got a little bit of time, you know what I mean? Because I seen that answer that shit too. Later on down the line, we find out he killed dude. And they ended up converting him over to a life sentence. I was like, man, come on. That ain't no motherfucking way in the world. Ain't no way in the world. Why the fuck you got a 2-year sentence? Would you want to sit there and prove yourself to some niggas that don't give 2 flying fucks about you, don't know you or nothing? You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to do this for them just to prove that I ain't no hoe or whatever the fuck it is. But now here it is. You're in here for the rest of your life. True enough, you're going to be taken care of. You ain't going to have to want for nothing. But, man, I can't do my time. I can't live my life like that. Can't live my life like that. And I used to tell niggas, man, go and run the niggas off and all that shit, but man, don't have me do nothing that's gonna have to take somebody's life, man, because I ain't trying to be here for the rest of mine. For real.
No, man. That was my main thing that I prayed about was let me go home, man. I'm on a small number. I'm trying to go home. Let me get out of here. You know what I mean? And this is the crazy part too. I showed up with 1 year left. That was it. Showed up on my last year on an institution where everybody damn near got life and stuff like this. Yeah. And I'm talking to the homie that's got 99, telling him, man, I just got 1 left. You know what I mean? And what it was is we actually had some good homies because nobody tried to make us stay. You understand? Nobody said, go kill this fool. You gonna stay. None of that shit. Most of it was, a lot of it was them saying, y'all stay out of trouble, man. You and West, yeah, Blue, y'all look out for each other, man. Y'all watch each other back. Don't let nothing happen to y'all. And if y'all go into the showers, don't watch each other back. You know, all that shit was, it was more about unity. It really was. It wasn't, but what you're talking about is that damn okie doke and what they'll do to guys, man. They'll put that pressure on you and just make you feel like you gotta go do it. You know what I'm saying? And go do something. It's crazy, man. And that's what'll happen.
And one thing about the Texas prison system, man, you know, it's a lot of it's more mental than anything. You know what I'm saying? You got to sit there and pay attention to a lot of shit that's being done, being said around there. A lot of them niggas speaking code that if you don't pick up on it, you don't know something finna go down. You know what I'm saying? They play them penitentiary mind games. I'm like, man, you ain't got to run the game on me. Just tell me what it is so I know what to do. You know what I mean? For real. But you know, hey, you know, to each his own. To each his own up in there. I don't know how people, So I heard a fool one time say that shit. It don't get no better than this, man. They feed you 3 times a day. We get 3 hots and everything like that. You ain't got to pay no rent. I'm like, dude, do you want to do the rest of my time there?
Yeah, you have my time too. Wow. Crazy ass motherfuckers.
Figure this shit out, man. How you do the rest of my time since you want to be here? You know what I'm saying? Fuck that shit. No. Hey, man, that shit fucked up.
Check this out. You know what my first interpretation, what I seen when I walked through them gates, I couldn't believe it, man. I was watching them penitentiary shows where everybody's buff, huge and shit, come through and everybody looked like they was dying. Nobody ever got to go to fucking wreck. Everybody was pale. Not even the dark black fools was turning pale in there, man. It was crazy. Serious business, man. It was. Everybody had a lack of sun, lack of vitamins, lack of nutrition in there, man. It's a TDC malnutritioned you on purpose, man. Am I lying?
If you didn't have no outside support, you was dead enough. Or some type of hustle or something like that. You know what I mean? The other day, you was dead. I had to develop me a hustle. I was like, somebody put me on 2-for-1s, man. Do 2-for-1s. I'm like, all right, I'll try that. And finally, I said, you know what? I'm finna fuck the game up. 1.5, man. Just give me 1.5 back. That's it. Yeah. And then, hey, that's what kept my life full. I was out of there.
In the feds, I was doing 2 for 3, killing it. You know what I'm saying? I was making some money, 2 for 3, real talk. And everybody was paying. I was making that money. Hey, cuz, listen, man, I fucking appreciate you coming on doing this, man. This is real live. And I swear, a lot of people gonna see this, and this is gonna be the first real raw Texas prison talk right here, man. OG Blue, man, for real. And I thank you, brother. I love you for this, man. And listen, how long has it been? Let me see. It's been 12 years since I seen you. Still look the same too, huh? I don't got my grill no more.
I aged a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because I did my time. I ain't let my time do me. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. And you told me you never going back.
Never. I almost did too. When I first moved to this city, met this broad. get into a badass fight. She was an alcoholic. I met her at one of the halfway houses down there when I got out, and she taught me to coming up here. And this bitch I'm talking about was very, very violent. You know what I'm saying? It's like this. I hate to say, y'all can say what y'all want, but I had to fight in order to stay alive with this broad. That's how thrown she was. And I ended up going to jail on parole, and they was trying to send me back for 15. But my lawyer G for me, he got down. He said, "Hey, man, I got your time serving. You going home today? Cool." You know what I'm saying? So I started off homeless for like, I say at least my first year out here. And I just took it one day at a time, just kept developing and learning different things about this city. Found out they got churches around here that support you, they'll let you wash your ass every day, you know. So hell, I had me a little side job, and then this one thing kept leading to another until I got to these little sobriety houses and made a lot of money, then met this girl, got in a 2-year relationship with her, and then I just didn't look back from there. I said, from this day forth, I'll never be homeless again. Never again.
Man, I'm proud of you, man. That's the real shit. I did the same. Well, you know, when I came home from the feds, I had to go the halfway house route too, man. Yeah. And it was really kind of like rough. Honestly, man, when I was in the halfway house, I ain't did a lot of talking about it yet. I was in the Houston halfway house. I was probably the guy there doing the worst out of everybody because I was 50 miles from home. Man, I didn't have no money coming home. When I left my woman with a bunch of money in the car instead of trying to keep it for when I home. I went ahead and helped her life be easier. And then anyway, I came home to pretty much nothing, bro. My daddy would come every Sunday. My daddy would drive up there to Houston and come get me for the 4 hours where we could just do whatever. And we'd hang out, man. I love my father, man. But, he's not a rich man or nothing like that. So I had to do the same thing, man. And I know what you did. And guess what? I watched because, man, them men go back to crime so fast, it was unbelievable. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? First week, they're back to crime, and I'm sitting there laying there suffering, and I don't want to do this no more. Fuck this. And that's what I did.
That was from Hoover. He was 11 Deuce Hoover.
I think so. I don't know. I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Tall. I guess you could say light skinned if he had the glasses on. But we was on Beto together. When I was on that parole violation, I was in SEG here in the county because, they threaten an officer. They don't take that light here. So I'm in SEG, and I'm looking out the bean chute one day, and I see AK going in there. I'm like, what the fuck? I just left this nigga on Beto. So I get out of red suit, and whatever wing he was on, I was like, hey, I signed over to him, tell him go to rec. So we go to rec, and he was like, damn, cuz, what you doing here? Told him my story. He said that he came here to Abilene, and he was already on a life sentence, made parole on a life sentence, robbed a 7-Eleven, and ended up going back in another 50 years. I was like, God, dog.
Man, that's crazy, man.
Come on. I just left you, and you already on your way back. Damn.
Well, man, it's hard to do bad. You know what I'm saying? Honest to God. See what you talking about, man. That's why I love what you're saying so much. The shit you're saying, where you're doing bad, having to go to the church and shit, man, that's the hardest shit in the world for a grown-ass man to do. It's hard, man. It's called swallowing
a part of your life where you ain't want for shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying what I was doing was right, but hey, man, I wasn't hurting. You know what I mean? Right. You not hurting. My son had a roof over his head, clothes on his back, food in his stomach. As long as he was all right, I was all right. You know what I mean? Right. I wasn't worried about me too much. Man, when you have all that taken away from you, the blink of an eye, man.
I'm proud of you, Blue, man. It makes me happy, man, to hear you that you're doing this. And you tell me the same shit off of camera, too. This ain't no front for the camera, man. This man means the shit he's saying, man. So I love you, brother. We're going to go ahead and close this up, man. Shout out City Mac. Appreciate you, G. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we might probably do come back later, man. They're going to want to see some more, man. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. All right.
Sure, no problem.
Texas Prison Story family. Thank you, man.